Cheers. I have things. Doesn't look particularly sturdy. Woo. Yes. Everybody, and welcome back to the workshop. The sun is shining, it's all feeling a little bit more positive today, and I've had a delivery. So, some things are starting to come together for the workshop to make everything a little bit easier. Okay, I'm going to be way more excited about this than you, but new tools! Who doesn't like new tools? Anyway, it's more about making my life easier, something to collect the dirty oil in, which is fantastic, and it'll just drain into a container which we can then use. Obviously, a little chair, it's a rolling stool to save my back, and of course this one, which is a stool that folds into a creeper to get underneath vehicles a bit easier when it's low down. Right, clear up and get on with actual work. Right, so you can see this was all horribly rusty, and now they're not, which is kind of perfect. So obviously this is the friction surface. This will get warmed back with the pads. That doesn't matter. It's the other areas, so it is neat and tidy if you look under there, because otherwise what is the point in doing all of this if you miss little bits like this. Couple of coats of etch primer. It's obviously all been masked up. Wait for that to dry, and then get a few coats of top coat on it, and then eventually a few coats of lacquer to protect it. Few more coats of lacquer, but they're gonna look fantastic under there because that is the same colour as the body will be. So there's a little nod to the outside when it's done underneath. I think that is subtle enough. It looks good. Well, I hope anyway. So the hubs are over there drying. The calipers are hanging around over there with 3 coats of the colour, and then another 3 coats of petrol and brake dust resistant lacquer. So they're good. It's obviously it's high temperature paint as well. So, well, just waiting for stuff to dry now. So that job is done. And what do you think? So the calipers are body coloured, and all the hubs and everything are now a nice black. The only thing that's still rusty is literally the friction surface of the disc, which will instantly not be rusty when the brakes are used. So that's that side, and there you go. So you get to just one more job that looks tidy, and I appreciate you might go, why, but get it done right. You were all correct. You know, there's no point in worrying about holes and sills and body mounts if you don't take the extra time to do this stuff down here. Much as I would, no, actually I'm going to completely, that's a complete lie. About to say, as much as I'd like to complete the boot floor, it is a tedious task trying to weld 4 pieces of a boot floor together when you can buy one in one piece. So I will do that when I have found the newfound love for doing that, which might be never. What I do want to do, because I want to start getting to the point where it's going to start coming back together, the back end, you know, I need to do the front end. I need to change the discs, pads, calipers, all the rest of it, and the suspension on the front end. But to do that, there are huge amounts of parts on the front of this, which are, when they're off, are never going back on because we've got new parts, wings, all sorts of things. And the main bit being the inner wing, which I've got to do over there, because I think it's going to be a horrible, horrible job. So while I've still got a bit of motivation, that's what I want to move on to, because then I can do the mechanicals at this, so we're one step closer. Now, it sounds like I'm jumping from one end to the other, but it's all about the rolling chassis at the moment, and that is a big job. So next up will be dismantling this front end. So this inner wing, all of this rot here, I mean, it's come right through to here. You know, it shouldn't be like that. And that footwell down there, that's next up. And then we can start putting all of the new panels after that, apart from all the suspension struts and everything. Brakes, like I've just done, but on the front, we can start putting the new panels back onto the front end of this. Then I'm going to jump to the sills and go back to the back end. So, next task is quite big. Small task done, but something quite important. I know there's loads of bolts back there which weren't done up properly as well. Somebody did say, why bother? Well, apart from the fact I got the opportunity to check all the wheel bearings and everything which had been done before, but I need to know they were done properly. I got the opportunity to look over loads of different bolts which I had never touched, which were new, and some weren't done up properly, they weren't torqued up, they just weren't tight. So it's always good to inspect the other work, and I got a chance to make something neat and tidy under there for the extra bit of work. So, thanks so much for watching. Next time, let's start pulling the front end apart and let's start making the really, really big difference. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.